Hello again, YouTube land. Continuing our Commander Legends pre-release weekend. This is part 3. So that means we've gone through half the box. Commander Legends pre-release, you get 6 boosters to build a deck out of, and I'm guessing it's supposed to be the same rules as draft. And Commander Draft means you are building a 60 card deck, which includes your commander or commanders and your lands. And there is no singleton rule in this draft, so you can't have multiples of spells you ended up drafting. And even if you do not pull a Prismatic Piper, you can just put one in. I guess you can proxy one in to be a partner for your commander if you really need to include a certain color. So, on to the next stack. Oh yeah, so each one included, each pre-release got me a Sengir Dark Baron, so we're already starting with one of that. Alright, so if you haven't seen the other ones, let me explain. I have not had any pre-release experience, and I would love to hear your input on what you would build out of the draft I am pulling in this video. And I will build it based on the suggestions from the community, and then I will have these decks to battle out with my girlfriend. Alright, Elvish Doomsayer. Did I pull one of these already? I believe so. Another Benevolent Blessing, another Scrapdiver Serpent, another Sky Racker, Giant, another Haunted Cloak, another Silverback Shaman, another Seer's Lantern, another Ghastly Demise, another Opal Palace, another Fall from Favor, another Kinsbale Courier, another Spark Tongue Dragon. So halfway through the box, I'm starting to actually see some repeats. Ancient Animus, 2 mana. Put a +1/+1 counter on target creature you control if it's legendary. Then it fights target creature an opponent controls. Does this mean I can only put this on a legendary creature? Or if it's legendary, then I can fight? I love this art. Revenant, 5 mana, star, flying. Power and toughness are each equal to the number of creature cards in your graveyard. Love this art. Love this art. This is a spirit. Oh, it should be a horror. I wonder which one's supposed to be the actual thing. The bunny. The bunny's the super powerful one. Who came up with this art design? I love it. Codex Shredder. Yeah, look at those teeth. It's literally, that's what a shredding machine looks like inside. 1 mana artifact. Target player mills a card. Okay, but it's free, unlike a millstone that you have to pay to use. So that's a good start. 5 and tap. Sacrifice the Shredder. Return target card from your graveyard to your hand. It's the undo button. Imparis Perfect. That great elf lord. Commander's Plate. Is this a mythic already? It's a 1 mana. Equipped creature gets +3/+3 and has protection from each color that's not in your commander's color identity. And it costs 3 to equip to your commander and 5 to equip to anyone else. That seems like a good pull. Halana, Kesig Ranger, human archer for 4 mana. 3/4 with reach. Whenever another creature enters the battlefield under your control, you may pay 2. When you do, that creature deals damage equal to its power to target creature. So it's direct damage to another creature you're not even fighting. I like it. Falthus, Shadowcat Familiar. It's a legendary creepy cat. Nightmare Cat. 3 mana for a 2/2. Commanders you control have Menace and Death Touch, and this thing can partner. Oof. Once again, I feel like I'm leaning towards green and black. Supreme Will is my foil. 3 mana, choose one, counter target spell unless its controller pays 3. Or look at the top 4 cards of your library, put one of them into your hand and the rest at the bottom of the library in any order. And we got a Theros Soldier token. Alright, so we're going from this pile. I apologize for the noise. So, cards I am familiar with, I'm not reading. Cards I am not familiar with, I am reading. And I'm dividing them up by color because that makes it easier to build a deck out of later. Another Wild Size. A Dund Operative. This is obviously from a Kaladesh set. As long as you control an artifact, this thing gets +1/+0 and has Death Touch. Dispeller's Capsule White Artifact. 3 tap, sack, destroy target artifact or enchantment. So this is a disenchant that can just hang around on the table. Run away together. This is from Eldraine, right? 2 mana. Choose 2 target creatures controlled by different players. Return those creatures to their owner's hands. It's cute. Another Portent of Betrayal. Another King's Bale Courier. Workshop Assistant. 3 mana, 1/2. When it dies, return another target artifact card from the graveyard to your hand. So you can get that Shredder back. So then we can use the Shredder again. Stone Fury deals 2 damage to target creature equal to the number of lands you control. Ooh, I didn't read there right. Oh, I pulled this before. 5 mana, deals damage to target creature equal to the number of lands I control. Right. Armillary Sphere. 2 mana artifact, 2 untap and sack. Search your library for 2 basic land cards and put them in your hand. Got it, got it, got it. Another Silverback Shaman. Another Seer's Lantern. Another, oh, this is not another, this is something new. Eyes Blight Massacre. Non-elf creatures get -2/-2 until end of turn. Oh, man, if this came up in that first batch I was pulling, oh, that'd be perfect in that black-green elf deck. You know, if that's what I end up building, but I'm heavily leaning on that. Vampire Shaman Null Caller. Oops, sorry. Null Caller. 4 mana, 2/4. 4 mana, exile a creature card from your graveyard. Create a tapped zombie token. Well, this seems overpriced for that. I mean, there's like a Zombie Marshal that only costs 2 black mana. That's a 3/2. And that does the same thing for, like, I think less mana. But, you know, whatever. We're unlimited, right? Work with what we got. Sunset Pyramid enters the battlefield with 3 brick counters on it. Bricks. 2 untap. Remove a brick. Draw a card. 2 tap, scry. Okay. So you can just scribe with this thing, and then when you find something you like, you can draw it. Sort of later. Kind of. Penum Blade. This guy looks badass. 3 mana equipment. Gets +1/+1 for each creature you control. Sakashima Protege. 6 mana for 3/1. She can be flashed in. She's a shapeshifter. She's got Cascade. When you may have Protege enter the battlefield as a copy of a permanent that entered the battlefield this turn. Oh. I guess that's the appeal. Duplicate something cool. And Cascade. Amarath the Lustrous. Amarath the Lustrous. It's not an Elder Dragon, but 6 mana for a 6/6. It's legendary. Flying, whenever a permanent enters the battlefield under your control, look at the top card of your library. If it shares a card type with a permanent, you may reveal that card and put it into your hand. Don't know. Don't know. Okay. Each Ticky Salvage Splicer. Looks a little too cool, a little too sci-fi for Magic for me. What is this? I feel like this is like he belongs on New Phyrexia. Enters the battlefield, create a 3/3 colorless golem artifact. Whenever an artifact is put into the graveyard from battlefield, put a +1/+1 counter on this guy and a +1/+1 counter on each golem you control. Golems matter deck. I don't think I have any golems in here so far. Inspiring Roar foil. Looks pretty. And a little baby dragon token. And this is meant for that egg. Dragon egg. Alright, so this is booster number 3. So if this were regular Commander Draft, for regular Commander Draft, there we go. Regular Commander Draft, this third booster would be the final booster to see what you can build out of. So let's do this thing. Another Malfeld Twins. So this guy dies. He comes back as 2 zombie tokens. Another Core Cartographer. Kite Sail Corsair. I believe this image is upside down. I suppose it's on purpose to show you how this guy is doing loop-de-loops and whatever. He's got flying as long as it's attacking. So it's a 2/1 sort of flyer. Valatuk Invoker. This was like the first card I pulled. Furted. Another Finehorn Elves. I love it. I love it because the original Finehorn Elves art was garbage. This is so much better. You can see they come from a snowy, cold place. And if you look close enough, you can see they got those elf ears. These are superior Finehorn Elves. Forceful Denial. 5 mana to counter target spell and cascade. Ancestral Blade. Another Jalem Tome. Another Eyes Blight Assassin. Spectral Searchlight. What do? Tap, choose a player. That player adds 1 mana of any color they choose. This is political. I mean, if we were doing two-headed dragon, two-headed dragon makes sense. Two-headed giant, you know, this is just a political card. I mean, because for 3 mana, you can get a manolith. You can just add mana of any color you want. I mean, you can choose yourself. But I guess the whole point is choose a different player and they can benefit and they can do you a favor. Fiery Cannonade, another one. Strength of the Pack. Put 2 +1/+1 counters on each creature you control. Ooh. If only this thing also had Cascade. Haha. Angelic Ornament. Okay. 3 mana equipment. Creature gets +2/+2, has flying, and is a white angel in addition to its other colors and types. Okay. Frenzied Saddle Brute. It's a 5 mana for 5/4 brute that has haste. All creatures can attack your opponents and planeswalkers your opponents control as though those creatures had haste. Okay. Hello, Opposition Agent number 2. This one's not foil, but hey, I don't think that's bad even in this format. I mean, Opposition Agent number 2. If you were watching my other videos, my first Opposition Agent was a foil one. Nimrus Unus Trickster, a Fairy Knight. Dimir and 3, so 5 mana for 1/6 flying that can be flashed in. Whenever you cast your first spell during each opponent's turn, look at the top 2 cards of your library. Put one of those cards into your hand and the other one into your graveyard. I don't know. Ghost of Ramirez Di Petro. Spirit Pirate, 3 mana for a 2/3. Ghost of this guy can't be blocked by creatures with toughness 3 or greater. So he can't be blocked by anything that could kill him. Whenever this guy deals combat damage to a player, choose up to 1 target card in a graveyard that was discarded or put there from a library this turn. Put that card into its owner's hand. I guess this could synergize with Una's Trickster. And our foil is 9th Bridge Patrol. And we got another Prismatic Piper. And another copy token. So what are you guys thinking? Black and blue for this one? Well, this is half of the pre-release draw. So if we were doing a regular Legends draft, what are we working with here? What are we feeling? Black and blue? That's what I'm leaning towards here. Black and blue. Black and blue, maybe. Blue, white, green. All right, so let me know in the comments what would draft 1 this half point be. And let's continue. Let's see what our pre-release it would be. Let's keep going. Number 4. Booster number 4. If I open it... Gift of Paradise, Sanitarium Skeleton, which can come back out of the graveyard, which is handy. Doomed Traveler. Dies, create a 1/1 spirit token. Okay. Sailor of Memes. Almost as good as a Sailor of Memes, am I right? Is this guy paying off a giant? That's cute. I like this. I like this. It's just some dude paying off a giant. 3 mana for 1/4, enters the battlefield, create a treasure token. Renegade Tactics, creature can't be blocked this turn. Or creature can't block this turn, draw a card. Commander Sphere, always handy. Azure Fleet Admiral, Sisei's Ring, Wild Heart Invoker. So we get 4 mana for 3. And then for another 8 mana, target creature gets +5/+5 and gains trample until end of turn. Green always has such great cards. Path of Ancestry. Seraph of Dawn. That's 4 mana for 2/4 flying lifelink angel. Champion of the Flame. 2 mana for 1/1 Trampler, gets +2/+2 for each ore and equipment on it. See, I put the pirate in the red pile because pirates are red now. Craziness. Red pirates. Scholars of the Ages, 7 mana. 7 mana for 3/3. Enters the battlefield, return up to 2 target instants or sorcery cards from your graveyard to your hand. I'm leaning heavier and heavier into black and blue for this. Gilt Leaf Winnower, Elf Warrior with Menace. 5 mana, 4/3 Menace Elf. Enters the battlefield, you may destroy target non-elf creature whose power and toughness aren't equal. Is this a lore reference where these elves like want to destroy anything that isn't beautiful? So if it's not symmetrical, it must die. Siren Storm Tamer. Siren Pirate Wizard. What? 1 mana for 1/1 flyer. A blue and sack it, counter target spell or ability that targets you or creature you control. Cool. Leaning heavier into the blue. Alright, mythic, blue mythic card, 2 blue mana, does a mana drain. Counter target spell. At the beginning of your next main phase, add an amount of generic mana to that spell's... Blah, blah, blah. Counter target spell. At the beginning of your next main phase, add an amount of generic mana equal to that spell's converted mana cost. Mana drain, best counterspell. Another Abomination of Llanowar. Tormund, the Desecrator Zombie Wizard. 4 mana for 4/2. Whenever one or more cards leave your graveyard, create a 2/2 black zombie creature token. And this guy's got partner. Okay, leave my graveyard. So if I use a card that makes me exile something from my graveyard to make a zombie token. Did I have that here? Null Caller. Yeah. So Null Caller. Does Null Caller trigger that and I make double the zombies? Exile a creature card from your graveyard to make a token zombie. Whenever one or more cards leaves your graveyard, create a 2/2 black zombie creature token. I think this synergizes. That's cool. I was so happy about my Feinhor Elves, and now I got a foil one. Oh, this feels good. Another Prismatic Piper, another Monarch token. All right. So, once again, I feel kind of like green-black. I like it. Though, blue is finally starting to look good. Another Doomed Traveler, another Doomed Operative, Foundry Inspector. Artifact spells you cast cost 1 less to cast. It's a 3/2 artifact creature for 3. Another Aqueous Form, another Skyracker Giant, Pilgrim's Eye, Ripscale Predator. Almost thought that it said Praetor, if only. Another Thorn of the Black Rose, another Staunch Throne Guard, Slith Ascendant, 3 mana 1/1 flyer. Deals combat whenever this thing deals damage to a player, put a +1/+1 counter on it. Okay. Terramorphic Expanse. So tap it, sack it, search your library for a basic land card, put into battlefield tapped, and then shuffle your library. Okay. And isn't there another card that does exactly that? That's a land, but it's a different name. Okay, another Trove Tracker. Another Les Alana. Is it supposed to be like Russian for forest? Les Alana Bowmaster. Another elf. First response. Enchantment. At the beginning of your upkeep, if you lost life last turn, create a 1/1 white soldier creature token. Oh, this would have synergized with some of the cards from the last thing. From the last batch. Patron of the Patron of the Valiant. 5 mana for a 4/4 Flying Angel. Enters the battlefield, put a +1/+1 counter on each creature you control that already has +1/+1 counters on it. Combage Witches. Wow. Wow, this is a throwback card. 2 mana for 1/3, you tap it, and they deal 1 damage to any target and 1 damage to a target of an opponent's choice. This is an old school card with much better art. Much better art. This is like from the original sets, I think. Except this art is light years better. Like, I don't know how you measure better, but so much better. Rakshasa, Debaser, Cat Demon. So I guess this is from Tarkir. 6 mana for 6/6, good start. He's not even legendary, okay. Whenever this guy attacks, put target creature card from defending player's graveyard onto the battlefield under your control, and this guy has Encore. Whenever he attacks, he doesn't even need to actually hit the opponent, just attack the opponent, and I get to pull a creature out of his graveyard. And they won't be tapped. Whoa, this guy's awesome. Rograth, son of Ragach. A 0 mana, 0/1, red kobold, warrior. First strike, menace, trample, and partner. Strength is relative. First strike, menace, trample, partner. Kobold warrior. I guess this is good for Party Matters decks. Nothing I'm building here is going to work with them. Immolti, Celebrant of Bounty. Simic and 3, so 5 mana for a 3/1 with Cascade. Spells you cast with converted mana cost 6 or greater have Cascade. So gives everybody gets Cascade. Wish you had partner though. Wish you had partner. Alright. And another Trove Tracker, this one in foil. This is a golem. Man, this looks like a wicked freaking cyborg, not a golem. Looks like something out of like late 80s, 90s comic books, which to me is super cool. Alright, last booster in this pre-release batch. There we go. Okay, Soul's Might, pulled that before. Another Defiant Salvager. There we go, here's a Golem. Trusty Pact Beast, Run Away Together. Dragon's Mantle, a red enchantment. Enters the battlefield, draw a card, and then this guy has Fire Breath. Another Scrounging Bandar. Fire Diamond. Spontaneous Mutation. Anointed Valor. Whenever a creature attacks, you may pay 3. When you do, put a +1/+1 counter on that creature. Okay. Another Workshop Assistant. Another Crow of Dark Tidings. Welding Sparks. 3 mana. Deals X damage to target creature, where X is 3 plus the number of artifacts you control. So this would be great in a deck with artifact lands and a bunch of free artifacts. Reclamation Sage. Nadir's Nightblade. 3 mana for 1/3. Whenever a token you control leaves the battlefield, each opponent loses 1 life and you gain 1 life. Thought Vessel. You have no maximum hand size. And add a generic mana. I mean, I don't see my hand getting flooded here, but this will have future potential. Keeper of the Accord, 4 mana for a 3/4. At the beginning of each opponent's end step, if that player controls more creatures than you, create a white soldier. At the beginning of each opponent's end step, if that player controls no lands, that player controls more lands than you, you may search your library for planes and put in the battlefield tapped. I like this soldier. White is kind of exciting. Gilanar, Caller of the Wirewood, 3 mana 1/2 legendary elf druid. Tap to add green. When you spend this mana to cast a spell with converted mana cost 6 or greater, draw a card. And he's got partner. 3 mana dork that can also help you draw cards later. Myra, Thorn of the Glade. Elf Scout, 2 mana 1/2. When she or another elf you control dies, you may pay 1 and a life. If you do, draw a card. And she can partner as well. A foil Elvish Visionary and a zombie token. Alright, so I don't really know what I want to build here. I was excited for black and blue halfway through. What do we have for legends here? We got Myra. We got Tormund. Now remember, we do have our Agent of Opposition in this deck. In this set. Got a legendary Nightmare Cat. And of course we always have our Dark Baron who has partner. So, Dark Baron, Falthus, Tormund, Myra. These are our black options. Over here we always have our prismatic guy. Have I pulled any white legendaries at all? Like across all these videos? Are there any mono white legendaries? Now remember, we do have our mana drain in this set. There we go, we got our De Pietro. We got our Ragnarok. And what else we got? We have any green legends? We got Gilinar. We got our Ichteki. And we got Halana. Alright, I'm not keen on Ichteki, but Gilinar, Halana. Alright. And we got our multicolors here. Emoti, Abomination of Llanowar, Nimris, and Amaranth. So we got green, blue, blue, black, black, green, or green, white, blue. So potentially we can use Amaranth and Emoti. What's our mana base? Our mana base is not so strong. It's not as strong as the other ones. We only have 3 lands here. We've got an Opal Palace, Path to Ancestry, and a Terramorphic Expanse. And we got a Red Rock. Got a thing to make artifacts cheaper. We do have Command Sphere. And we got a Spectral Searchlight. Definitely going to be using Commander's Plate no matter what we play. Yeah, our mana base is not so strong in this one. We got 3 non-basic lands that we can use and 2 artifacts if we're not going into red. Alright, give me your input. How would you build? Who would you build with here? I might end up defaulting to just green-black. That seems to be my default. Although, blue-black. Alright. Thanks for tuning in. Let me know which direction you go. How are you going to build this one up? Number 3. See you at number 4. Professional.